webinar event, how to claim your leadership power and raising your potential in management. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Novita and I will host you for today's event. Now, let me welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Teguh Santoso, as the Rector of STEKOM University, to the Honorable Mr. Muleta Husein, as the International Relationship and Partnership Director from Oromia State University, Ethiopia. As for the first speaker, to the second speaker, to the Honorable Dr. Habee Bullah Affandy, as a Program Chairman in Media Communication from University Malaysia, Malaysia, to the Honorable Speaker, Ms. Risma Nurhapari, M.Ak, as a Lecturer of Accounting Department from STEKOM University, Indonesia, and last but not least, also to the Honorable guests and audience today. Okay, before we begin, I have a few housekeeping measures. Today's session is being live streamed on the University STEKOM YouTube channel. And now I will lead our agenda this afternoon. First, we will start with Indonesia national anthems and continue with the opening speech by Dr. Teguh Santoso. And in the next session, we have the main event for presentation. Yeah, and in the next session, we have Q&A session, and last time is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start with Indonesia national anthems. Okay, thank you. And we will go to the main event for our audience. Yeah, next, we will invite the most responsible person to the stage to conduct this skill international event. For given opening speech, yeah, for Ms. Afkut Lihat Romania as a head of management department. The time is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Novita. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed scholar and participants from around the world, good afternoon and welcome to this prestigious international webinar event. I stand before you today with great honor and privilege as a representative of STEKOM University instead of our esteemed rector, who due to unforced circumstance could not be here with us today. Nevertheless, I assure you that the spirit of our university and the commitment to this international webinar event remain unwavering. Today, we agreed to discussion and entertain them how to claim your leadership power and raising your potential in management. As leader, we must have the courage to recognize and harness our strengths. Leader is not just about position, it's about the ability to influence and power others to achieve a shared goal. This event aims to provide a valuable insight on developing our managerial skill and unlocking our full potential. I hope that each session we have today serves a stepping stone to sharpen our leadership ability and drive us to their great achievement. Enjoy the event and let's climb our leadership power. Thank you, Miss Novita.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution, Ms. Affandy. And we will go to the main event for our audience. If you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat and we'll be able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after the presentation. And today's session, each presenter will have about around 30 minutes for the presentation. And now let's welcome our first presenter, Mr. Muleta Husein, as an International Relations and Partnership Director from Oromia State University, Ethiopia. Mr. Muleta, the time is yours. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it is good afternoon in Indonesia, but here in Ethiopia, it is morning. Good morning, as of Ethiopia. So, first of all, I would like to thank Ms. Novita, International Affairs of STEKOM University, and the organizing committee for organizing such very interesting and good webinars on leadership. Let me say something here on the leadership, how to claim your leadership power and reach your potential in management. This is very important topic for presentation, especially at a world. So, as it was raised, when we talk about the leadership, let's start. What does it mean when we say leadership and leader? As many scholars agreed on this, leadership is not about position or it is not about the protocol. It is about the responsibilities. And again, to be a good leader, there will be a criteria. What is a criteria to be a good leader? We may mention a lot on here also. To become introduction to introduce this topic, as mentioned earlier, leadership is not about the power, or it is about influencing. It is not about the positions. And it is unlocking potential, start with self-awareness. If one, self-awareness is a basic criteria to be a good leader. And to be claimed a leadership power, the first criteria to be mentioned here first, to know your strengths, to identify your weakness and the strengths. What is my strengths? What is my weakness? And here, use tools like SWOT analysis. SWOT means strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. That means 360 degrees feedback on there. The second one is developing emotional intelligence. Under developing emotional intelligence, it is about the masters of self-awareness, empathy, and communication. A good communication, having communication, smooth communication with others. The third one is building confidences. You know, confidence is the base for all, and it is about to embrace challenges as learning opportunities. And reaching your potential in management here is some pointers to raise, very important points. The first point here is vision setting. Vision setting is the first very important point to be a good leader. Under this setting vision, it is clearly or shortly, it is about the defining clear goal for yourself and your team. If you have no clear goal and mission, it is you can't achieve whatever you are doing, whatever you plan to achieve. So the second one is continuous learning. You know, learning is continuous. It is about to be stay and updated with industry trend and the skill, developing skill easily. when we talk about continuous learning, we are talking about developing our skill, updating ourselves. The third point is empower others. Empowering others means simply it is about delegation and mentoring to build strong team. Team spirit. Team spirit is the base for success if you are a leader or to be a good leader. The other one is practical tips. Under these practical tips, networking is very important. When we talk about networking, we are talking about strategical networking, building meaningful professional relationship. If we build a good, meaningful professional relationship among each other, we can achieve easily what we are doing. The other one is prioritize well-being. It is about the self-care, which is to sustain leadership. In order to be sustained, we have to be self-care, strong self-care. The other one is the act with integrity. When we talk about integrity, we are talking about the trusting each other. Trust is very great asset to be a good leader. The other is to conclude this PowerPoint. Leadership is not about it is not about the position or protocol. It is all about responsibility, and leadership is about a journey of growth. When we talk about leadership, we are easily talking about journey of growth and claiming your power through confidence and capabilities. The future belongs to proactive and adaptable leaders. And before concluding, my point here is again another point I have to present here on the area of how to claim your leadership power and reach your potential in management. The first one is understanding your leadership style. Which leadership style we have to follow? Under here, we have to identify our strengths. What is my strengths? What is my weakness? And what is my values? And again, embracing a leadership style that aligns with your personalities and the goal. Example, transformational leadership like a democratic leadership and etc. The second one is building emotional intelligences. Under building emotional intelligences, we are simply, we have to focus on developing self-awareness, empathy, and the interpersonal skill or a good interpersonal relations. And also, we have to manage relationship and navigate conflict effectively. The third main important point is communicate effectively. This is about the practice active listening and the clear articulation of your vision. We have to have our own clear vision to achieve or to be a good leader. And the other one is inspire and motivate your team by setting a positive example. This means building a strong team, strong interpersonal communication and relation. The fourth one point is empower and inspire others. It is about delegation, to delegate tasks and trust your team. Trusting is the base again. Recognizing and reward achievement to foster a supportive environment will be also a good under these points. The other one is cultivate a growth mindset. You know, when we talk about mindset, we are talking about to embrace challenge and learn from feedbacks. Investing in continuous learning and skill development is also the base. The sixth point is to set clear goal and take decisive actions. This means to define strategic objectives and prioritize them effectively. We have to our own defined objectives. The other one is to make informed decisions confidently while remaining adaptable. This means it is all about to lead by example, which means to demonstrate integrity, accountability, and resilience, and to show commitment to both personal and organizational growth. So as the all, by focusing on this principle, you can claim your leadership power, inspire others, and achieve your full potential in management. This is all my short, precise, and very short presentation for today. I'm very sorry. I'm extremely busy with another management office duties, and I make it very short presentation. Thank you so much, Novita.
Yeah, thank you so much for Mr. Muleta Husein. And we will go to the second speaker, Mr. Dr. Habee Bullah Affandy, as a programmer, chairman new media communication from University Malaysia, Perlis from Malaysia. For Dr. Habee, the time is yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Novita. Okay, I hope I can share my screen here. Can everyone see the slide?
Yes, sure.
Right, okay. So good afternoon. Good morning to those from Ethiopia. All right, thank you again for inviting me, STEKOM. Congratulations for the organization of a very interesting forum. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Habee from UniMAP, Malaysia. I am the head of program for new media communication program in UniMAP. So as you can see, today's topic is about leadership. So as someone who hold leadership position in the university, there are certain things that I can share with you regarding my experience in leading a very big department in University of Malaysia Paris, right? So the topic given to me was how to claim your leadership power and reaching your potential in management. Right, first of all, we need to understand that a leader sometimes are born, but also leaders are made, right? Even though you don't have a natural gift in leading, but with practice, with time, everyone can be a good leader. There must be certain pathway, certain criteria that you must develop for yourself, right? So for an overview, these are the main topics that I will share with you guys today. First of all, we will look at understanding the leadership power, traits of an effective leader, claiming your leadership power, cultivating self-awareness, developing a growth mindset, communicating with impact, leading with empathy, driving team performance, reaching your management potential, unlocking your full potential, decision-making framework, real-world examples, and key takeaways. So all these topics that I will talk about after this relates in explaining or showing what should a leader be and what type of skills, criteria, characteristic that must be embedded within a person in order for them to be an effective leader, right? Okay, first, we all need to understand what is leadership power. Sometimes you have positional power. This is where positions are assigned to you. For example, you're assigned as a CEO, you're assigned as a manager, you're assigned as a team leader, right? That is what we call as positional power, power given to you. However, with positional power does not necessarily make you a good leader, right? Even though you're a CEO, it doesn't guarantee you're a good CEO. There must be few things that must be equipped to one particular person to be considered a good leader. However, people who don't have position, they can also be leader as long as they have personal power. For example, they have the charisma, they have the expertise, they have the integrity, right? For example, maybe sometimes in a small team, you have the appointed leader. However, those elected leader might sometimes be outshined by other people because of other people have this charisma that particular don't have, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that as long as you are appointed, you are a good leader, but you also need the personal power, meaning the charisma. You must have the expertise, you must have the integrity in you in order for you to be considered a good leader, right? You can be assigned as many positions as you can. People can assign you as CEO, people can you as the big boss, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the charisma, you don't have the integrity, you don't have the expertise in that particular field, people will not consider you as a good leader. So actually, to be a good leader, you must have these two combinations. The first one, you must have the right position to influence people, to give official instructions, and you must also have the characteristic, right? So that is what a leader should be, right? Okay. Now, what actually make a good leader? I have summarized that there are three traits that a leader should have. Right. The first one, this is what most leaders are lacking. That's why sometimes you see the company is or the organization is very stagnant, no development, no future plans because they don't have the vision. Right. So a good leader or an effective leader first must have a visionary kind of character. They have a vision, what the future should be like. They have a certain plan to go forward for that organization. For example, let me give you my example for what I've been doing in UniMAP, right? As a program chairman, I manage academic staff and I manage students, right? So every activities that regards with academic staff, the researchers, the student programs, I have to handle, right? However, to be a good leader, I must have a vision. What is the next 5 years plan? Right? I know what to do, what to achieve. Now, with a good vision, you can make sure the development of that particular organization. Without vision, your department or your organization will be very stagnant. And in the end, it will be obsolete. Right? That is very dangerous. Okay. Now, the second trait of effective leader is empathy. Right? There must be some sort of empathetic feelings or understanding towards your teammates. Remember, a leader cannot do things alone. He needs a team. There must be a team, a good team surrounding the leader. With a good team, only then the leader can function very well. You can do a lot of things very well. Right. So for a leader, you need to appreciate those who are helping you, which is your team, and you must also understand the requirements, the needs of your team members. Please address this issue. Some leader, they think they are already the boss. They can simply treat their staff with no respect, just treat as if those are your workers. No, that should not be it. A good leader must always have empathy, must always appreciate the staff, must always appreciate the team members, and also understand what is their problem and what can the leader help to further improve your team members, right? And finally, a leader must be decisive, right? This is a little bit relates with empathy, right? When you have empathy towards your staff, it doesn't mean people can just influence you easily. No, a good leader must be very firm, especially when making decisions. Every decision must be made with certain reasons, with facts, not with emotion, right? So whatever decision that you make, it must be decisive so that you will gain the respect from people around you. Now, these three characteristics should be implanted within a person to be considered a good leader. Without each one of these, you will have a very big loophole where in the end, you will not be considered an effective leader. You might get things done, but you will not make the process very effective, right? Okay. Now, how do you claim your leadership power? How do you want to make sure at the end of the day, you can lead very well and very effective? First, you must be self-awareness. Know your own strength and know your weaknesses, right? Always listen to feedbacks from your team members. Don't be tone deaf. Tone deaf is where a leader neglect all opinions from people around him. We have seen those kind of leaders where they just do whatever they want without ever considering other people's opinions, right? You must be self-awareness. Know your strength. Improve on the strength. And you know also your weaknesses. Because we as human beings, there are certain area that we are not good at, but it doesn't mean we cannot learn. Always identify your weaknesses and improve on that weaknesses. So at the end of the day, you improve yourself in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills. So for example, as a good leader, in whatever field, whether it's management, make sure you have sufficient skills. Whatever things that you don't know, always improve continuously, right? That is where it leads to the second point, continuous learning. Even though you're the big boss, especially if you're the dean, you're the vice chancellor, it doesn't mean you stop learning, right? Always update with the latest knowledge, the latest information, the latest facts, so that you are always up to date, the latest management skills, the new technology, whatever that can help in terms of your management process. Always keep on learning. Otherwise, you will be left behind. That's why, especially in the ASEAN countries, okay, we have this culture, especially the older staff, the older bosses, they tend to stop learning. So at the end of the day, they just leave it, especially things that regards with technology, they just leave it to the young people. So what happened? This time of people, they cannot lead in new kind of projects, okay? Especially those that involve technology, they will be left behind. They don't know what to do because they don't understand, right? That's why no matter how old you are, always keep on learning. So at the end of the day, you will always be relevant. You can give quality advices, inputs, opinions, right? And lastly, effective communication. A good leader, no matter how brilliant you are in making decisions, but if you don't have the communication skills, you will not be able to deliver your idea. People will not understand your vision. Even though you have a brilliant idea on what to do in the next 5-20 years, but without good communication skill, you cannot deliver your idea towards your team members. So these three is how you really strengthen yourself to establish your leadership, right? Self-awareness, know what is your strength, know what is your weaknesses, always continue learning to improve yourself, and finally, always communicate effectively, right? Using the right language, using the right tone of voice, using the right platform to communicate, right? Okay. Now, the next is cultivating self-awareness. How do you ensure that you are always aware about your surrounding, whether it's input from the participants, input from your clients, input from your team members? There are three things. First, always understand your strength. Where does your strength lie in, right? Recognize your blind spot, like I said just now. What is your weaknesses? You must minimize weaknesses as much as possible. It doesn't mean you have to be expert in everything, but you must understand everything. You must learn everything that relates with your work. And finally, always stay adaptable, especially regards with technology. Now, technology is very fast. Development of technology is very rapid. So you need to always be adaptable, whether in terms of the usage of technology, especially AI nowadays. For example, today, you can simply write a proposal using AI, right? You can simply write a letter, a working paper. Everything can be using AI. But how can you produce quality materials using AI? That is the thing that you must learn, right? Even though you can use AI, but it doesn't mean you can produce a quality product. That is why you always stay adaptable. Learn, always learn. The key word here is always learn, right? Okay. Now, a good leader is a person that will always constantly grow, improve themselves, right? Of course, the first one is you need to reframe challenges. Always look at what are the opportunities that are available in front of you. Don't be too negative. When you have challenges, take the positive. Take it what are the things that you can learn from. What opportunities that are available to you to take advantage of, right? And of course, the second one is always seek feedback, no matter it's from your colleague, from your team members, from your subordinates, or even from your own bosses. Okay, what are the things that can be improved? Okay, so by doing so, you are constantly improving yourself, right? And of course, like I said, again, I've been repeating this a lot of times because it is all about learning, right? Continuously learning, right? Okay. Now, one key important factors for a good leader is the ability to communicate well, right? Now, how do you do that? I summarized that there are three ways for you to communicate really well as a leader. First, engage your team, right? When you're a leader, you will have team members, you will have subordinates, you will have staff, you will have team members, right? So create or establish an open communication with these people. So you can get opinions from them, you can get suggestions from them, you can get ideas from them. And then with a good communication system among your team members, you can utilize whatever expertise that you have in hand, right? Sometimes the leader themselves, they don't have the idea. You need some opinions from your team members to produce good ideas. We add everything up, we come up with something new, right? And the second one is inspire action, right? A good leader must also be a good motivator, especially when you are facing big challenges. So, as a good leader, you must be able to motivate your team to always be positive, to overcome the challenges, right? No matter what the challenges are, the leader must be the one that will never give up. It can always keep on motivating, right? And lastly, adapt your style. A good leader will be able to adapt the styles according to his or her team members. For example, myself, I've been managing people with various background, various education level, various age. Some are old people, some are older, some are young people, some are teenagers, some are from Gen Z, some are from the Gen Alpha, some are from Gen Y. So this type of people requires different approach in communicating and also in terms of managing. So we must acknowledge that, especially for example, if you deal with the older people, the style is different. But if you're dealing with the young people, maybe the style will be a bit different. The approach is different. So if you acknowledge this, it will be better in terms of communication. So we can relate with our team members, right? Okay. Now, leading with empathy. This is what I pointed out just now. A good leader must be very empathetic, must have this kind of care feelings toward our team members. How do you do that? First, foster trust. Create an environment where your team members feel heard, respected, and valued. Or in other words, create an environment, working environment that is very safe and appreciative, right? Whatever it is, take care of the people below you, because without these people, you will not be able to do anything, right? Number two, demonstrate compassion. Okay, each of our team members have different needs and challenges. So as a leader, you must acknowledge this and help as much as possible professionally, right? Why I say professionally? Because certain things, especially if it's concerned with personal matters, you try to avoid by just giving professional advices, right? And then the third one is empower collaboration. Always encourage teamwork, right? A leader can only exist when there's a team. So a team can only function if everyone works together. It is the responsibility of the leader to ensure that everyone in the team can contribute to the final product, right? Do not leave anyone behind, okay? Now, so how do you ensure that your team performance as a leader is very optimum? First, you as a leader must set clear goals. What you want to achieve at the end of the day. What is your objective, right? And second one is always, this is what most leaders neglect to do. It's recognize achievements. Sometimes leaders just want to establish their own reputation, their own name. No, that is a big no-no, right? The success of a project not only depends on the leader, but also depends on the team members. So whoever who are performing, as a leader, you should acknowledge that. Okay, we rise together. That is the key word there. We rise together, not just the leader arise, right? Okay, and lastly is provide coaching, right? Especially if you identify that some team members require extra coaching, then it's the responsibility of the leader to ensure that that particular member have sufficient support, right? Okay, now, let's say you have been appointed as a leader, right? How do you want to ensure you can reach your management potential? This is the three things you must constantly do. First, set smart goals. What is your objective as a leader? What do you want to do in the next 5 years, the next 3 years, the next month, the next week? What are the things that you want to achieve? Set your objective and do things to achieve that particular objective. Now, the second one is master time management. When you look at documentaries, especially regarding those famous leaders, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and any other prominent figures in the world, in the leadership world, you can see that most of these people utilize as much time that they have. You will look at these people wake up early in the morning and sleep late at night because they want to utilize every hour that they have. Okay, so a good leader must be able to manage his own time effectively. Enough work and enough rest. Okay, and of course, Again, this relates with the process of keep on learning. Invest in development. Try and join as much development training as you can to improve yourself, whether it's in technical training, mentorship, professional training. Go participate, because by practice, you will improve yourself, not just as an individual, not just your skills, but also your leadership skills. Always involved in these kind of activities, right? Now, to unlock your full potential, of course, first you must do some sort of self-reflection. Identify what are the things that you need to improve, right? Seek mentorship, meaning look at someone that you feel that this person can help you to improve, right? Especially your senior officers, things like that, right? And the third one is embrace challenges. As a leader, you will constantly be faced with various kind of challenges. So a good leader will not just think negatively, not just complain, but will identify methods or ways to overcome the challenges. That is a good leader. Not just complain, complain, complain without doing anything. All right? Okay. Now, a good leader must also be able to make good decision. So I have summarized 4 steps on how you make good decision as a leader. First, everything must be based on data and facts. So before you decide something, gather the data and facts, so that whatever you decide is based on facts, not emotions, right? And then analyze several options. Do some SWOT analysis, the strength, weaknesses, opportunity, right? These are so by doing so, you will identify which one is the best option for you to take. And of course, you must bear in mind, with every decision, there will always be risk, right? Pick the decision that have minimal risk to your organization. And finally, after you have done all these 3, you decide with confidence, right? Because everything is based on facts and data. So you will always be confident with your decision, right? Okay. Now, I really like to point out that these 3 people, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Indra Nooyi, is an examples of real world leaders. You can see these people started all with scratch. Okay, but you can see they are improving from time to time, right? So this is some of the example of good leaders, right? Now, so these are some of the several key takeaways from the topic that have been shared today. First is influence. A good leader is someone who can influence. How do you influence? This is why you need to have the suitable skills, suitable knowledge, skills in communicating, and the confidence in making your decisions, right? That is a good leader. The second one is the process of learning. A leader should not stop learning, so he will need to grow, and grow in terms of expertise, in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience. You need to always consistently grow. You cannot be too stagnant. Otherwise, you will be irrelevant, right? And lastly, action. A good leader can always make good decisions based on facts. Must be brave enough to take the necessary action to do something. If a leader is not brave, is very unconfident, not confident, that is not a good leader. Sometimes a leader need to make decision that is not popular, but the overall action is required. So that is where you need the bravery to do such action. So these are the takeaways from today's talk. So that's it for the things that I can share with you guys. Again, I hope whatever I have been shared is very useful to you. Right? Thank you again, Novita. I pass it back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Habee, for your presentation. And we will go to the last speaker, Miss Risma Nurhapari from STEKOM University, Indonesia. Miss Risma, the time is yours. Thank you.
Novita, I'm sorry. Do you hear me?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Risma Nurhapari. I'm a lecturer at STEKOM University, and this time I exchange information about enhancing leadership potential strategy for employee management excellence. I'm sorry, Mr. Abdul, please share my PPT. Okay, unleashing leadership potential strategy for employing management excellence. Next up, Mas Abdul. Introduction to leadership potential. In today's dynamic environment, leadership potential is a crucial for organization success. This presentation will explore effective strategy for empowering management excellence and fostering a culture of innovation and collaboration. Next, Mas Abdul. And understanding leadership style, different leadership style impact the dynamic and performs. Recognizing your own style and understanding other can enhance communication and collaboration within teams, leading to improve outcome. And then next, Mas Abdul. The importance of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a key factor in effective leadership. It influences self-awareness, regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill, which are essential for building strong relationship for a lasting trust. And next, Mas Abdul. And then empowering team member, empowerment influence giving teams member the authority and resource to make decision. This lead to increased engagement, motivation, and innovation. Ultimate driving organization success. And then fostering a growth mindset. Encouraging a growth mindset within teams promote resilience and adaptability. Leaders should model this mindset by embracing challenge and viewing failures and opportunities for learning and improvement. Next, effective communication strategies. Clear and open communication is vital for success leadership. Leadership should practice active listening and provide constructive feedback to create an environment of trust and transparency. Next. Setting clear goals. Establishing clear goals aligns teams' effort and enhance accountability. Leaders should ensure that goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Smart for optimal result. Next, building and strong team culture. A positive team culture fosters collaboration and creativity. Leaders should ensure inclusion, celebrate diversity, and promote shared values to strengthen team cohesion and commitment. Next, mentorship and coaching. Implementing mentorship and coaching program can significant exchange leadership potential. This program provide witness support and opportunity for personal and professional development. Next, encouraging innovation. Leaders should create and enforcing that ensures innovation. This influence providing resource, allowing for experimentation and recognition, creative contribution to inspire ongoing improvement. And then next, Mas Abdul. Feedback and recognition, regulation, feedback and recognition are essential for team motivation. Leaders should acknowledge achievement and provide construction criticism to facilitate growth and perform. Next, Mr. Abdul. And conflict resolution techniques. Effective leaders must possess strong conflict resolution skill, understanding difference and perspective, and facilitating open dialogue can help resolve dispute and strengthen team dynamics. Next, adapting to change. Leader must be adapt to manage change by fostering adaptability and resilience, and they can guide their teams through transition and ensure continued progress towards goals. Next, ensuring leadership effective. Since leadership effectiveness is crucial for continuous improvement, leaders should use metrics and feedback to evaluate their impact and make necessary adjustment to the strangers. Next, and the role of diversity in leadership. Diverse leadership teams bring varied perspective and idea and changes problem solving and innovation. Embracing diversity is essential for fostering a culture, inclusion, and excellence. Excellence. Next, Mr. Abdul. Okay, and then conclusion. Improving management excellence. Improving management excellence requires a commitment to cultivating leadership potential through effective strategy by focusing on community improvement and innovation, and then organization can thrive in the today's competitive landscape. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdul. Okay, this all my explanation for me. I hope it is useful. Okay, I'm back with Novita. Hello, Miss
Yeah.
Novita.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. And now we will go to the next session for Q&A session for our participant. If you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat or you can raise your hand. We have our first question. We have question from Dr. Habee. Yeah, we have 3 questions from students. We have our first question from Mr. Abdul. How can young professional or student identify and find their leadership power early in their career? Thank you.
Right. Should I answer the question now?
Yes.
Okay. So I have 3 questions there from Abdul. How can young professionals or students identify and claim the leadership power early in their careers? Right. Now, for a leadership, it is a process. It doesn't necessarily mean when you first become leader, you will be a good leader. No. So for a young leader, you must always participate. Always participate first. First, even though you're just a team member, participate first. Contribute as much as possible. Right? Then after people have identified that characteristic, people will appoint you as a leader, step by step, right? Okay. Now, for Abdul's question here, the key word is to always be brave, to always be confident enough to volunteer, to stand out. Don't be afraid to stand out, right? So by practice, in the end of the day, you will improve yourself step by step. Okay. So the second question from Kinan, I hope I answered the question just now. Okay, from Kinan, your question is what strategies can individual use to overcome self-doubt or imposter syndrome when stepping into leadership roles? Now, there is no clear strategy for this, right? For a good leader, it all depends on practice. Okay, from time to time. That's why when I said in my presentation just now, there is always an opportunity to learn, to continuously improve yourself, to continuously learn. For example, let's say you are assigned to lead a project. For example, let's say you are assigned to organize an event in the university, for example. You don't know anything about event management. You never ever organize an event. So what should you do? Okay. First is of course to learn. Learn what are the basics in event management. Know what skills you must have. What books you must read. What video you must watch. So do all that. So because when you have sufficient knowledge, only then can you implement things to do. Right? So that is for the second question. The third question from Paulina, how does effective communication play a role in establishing leadership power in a team or organization? Okay, it is very important. A good communication, sometimes, for example, between friends, we can fight with your friends, right? But when we look at why we fight, sometimes it's just miscommunication. People heard wrong what you said. People misunderstand the words that you say. Now that is all because of poor communication. So as a leader, you must always be careful in the way you communicate, so that the only way you communicate is not only by giving instructions, not only by telling people what to do, but also receive feedbacks, receive opinions from others. Okay, involve people to communicate with you. If they have problem, encourage your staff to communicate with you. Do not hide anything. So with a good communication process, people are being more comfortable in working in that environment. They are more confident to participate. They are more willing to give out opinions. Right? So that is my answer to the three questions just now. I hope it answers the question.
Yeah, okay, thank you for answering. I think it's very clear answer from Professor Ak. And then we'll go to the next question. Question for Miss Risma.
Okay, now?
Yes. Yeah, for first question, how can we measure effectively empower them team to drive innovation and creativity? Thank you.
Okay, fostering in culture, psychology safety, creating a safe space where team members feel comfortable sharing ideas, taking risks, and learning from failures. Encourages open communication and promotion, open dialogue, activity listening, and construction feedback to ensure the free flow of ideas. Delegation, authority, and responsibility, empowering team members to make decisions and take ownership of the work, fostering a sense of autonomy and accountability, providing opportunities for learning and development, investing in training and development program to equip team members with the skill and knowledge and the need to innovate. Recognition, handles recognition and rewarding creativity, celebrating innovation, idea and achievement, and providing incentive to ensure creative things. Okay, thank you, Novita.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question, we just moment. Yeah, what are some practical strategies for developing strong leadership skills, particularly for military leaders? Thank you.
Okay. Uh, I'm sorry, Miss Novita. Here are some parties stress for developing strong leadership skill. Seek out, monitor and coaching, learn from experienced leader and mentor who can provide guides, feedback, and support. And embrace continue learning, stay curious, seek out new knowledge and skill, and be to open to feedback and constructive criticism. Practice and then practice effective communication. Develop strong communication skill, both verbal and written, to effectively it is an inspiration other, and then build a strong relationship. Cultivate positive relationship with colleagues, peers, and service person to foster collaboration and trust. Okay, thank you, Miss Novita.
Yeah, thank you for answering. Anything is very clear answer from Professor Ra. Yeah, I will I'm asking again. Before we close this session, for our participant, please show me your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you for your information. Finally, we come to the webinar today. We would like to thank you for our speaker for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our participants. At least we hope to have a collaboration in the future with University Malaysia Police and Oromia State University, Ethiopia. The webinar for today and we will see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you, Muleta.